4 in the morning, I'm thinking about money. I need it, I want it, I can't even sleep. Could be gone any moment. Know the cops looking for me. I'm not stopping or slowing, cause I gotta eat.
For what you telling me, he shouldn't have got mad, but I don't know. So I gotta ask him. I'm like, why would he get mad at you about that? But maybe he heard
Yeah,
something
I ain't
else.
finna do look. I ain't finna do no arguing. We speaking all facts, man.
Okay,
You
listen,
feel me?
bro.
What it do, Wack?
Let's start with this.
Let's go.
He said, dude put something up, a dep, and he told dude, you need to have all your facts and paperwork and whatever. You shouldn't put that up. And you flipped on him, and he didn't know why. I said, I don't
Okay,
know
boom. So
why.
let's address that. The weirdo dude put up some fake lying stuff, right? So he puts on his page on his Twitter, man. He making a crazy case on Gotti, and he
You
do
know, not posted
on
it
the next
live.
line. Hold on, I'm gonna let you say. And then on the next line, he do say, man, but you do need the paper. He's like, no, he said you need the paperwork, and that's really gonna seal the deal. I said, bro, he ain't making no
I
crazy
didn't
case
use
on
the
me.
phrase
You
seal
gonna
the
make me
deal.
go across your chin.
Hey, listen, man.
That's
Okay,
what I
so
said.
hold on. Wait. The personal shit, look, because for one, Gotti, dude questioned me about this shit yesterday, and I told him what I told him. I'm like, it got to be some missing factors here. Gotti know when it comes to some paperwork or some sealed shit or some shit,
Exactly.
right? I said, I understand that nigga neighborhood, and if you telling me it was four
I'm sure
crimes,
people said the
right?
same thing about Big
If
U not
it's
that
four
long
people
ago.
from his neighborhood and they crimes, any foul play would have went on, we wouldn't know Geechi Gotti today.
Man, that's hey Wack. This case, let's get to the facts. This case 2018. We talking 2025. So if it was some foul play went along, that would have been dropped. Then look, watch this.
Why are you still
Then
reporting to
then
police?
watch this though, Wack. Then watch this. Not
Hmm.
only that, my crimees, my codees with me all the time, except one that's not
So
here.
here go the question they got, and I haven't seen it. So if it don't exist, tell me that. He keeps saying something about um
A
uh, a,
confidential interview with
a
police.
confidential interview. Does it say that? Who's
Man,
that?
that shit don't say nothing about a confidential
A
interview
depth.
with the
Does it
police.
say that?
It says that 100%. Pretrial services, you look it up as a
It says
confidential interview with
pre-trial. Watch
police.
this now. Boom. Watch this. Whack. It
Go
says
ahead.
pre-trial services. The date that he's talking about is the day that I got released on bond. I
Of
got
Okay.
course, you
released
said
on bond.
exactly
So
what they
for the
wanted to hear.
pre-trial hold on. So for the pre-trial services, my people, we had a high ass bond. My people had to put their tax information, house up, all that type of shit. They're not gonna let you, the public, be able to get a civilian's file.
Okay. So stop
That's
right there.
that's
Adept.
what
Are you
confidential.
telling me the shit you looking at is pre-trial services tied to that?
Yes,
Facts. The
sir.
line before
Yes,
that
So
sir.
say
you
And
didn't,
confidential
none of the
tax
hold
other
on,
information.
codees had that interview.
hold on, Adept. You didn't say that yesterday. You didn't
Yes,
say,
I did. That's what I showed. Pretrial
yeah.
services. Then we looked up what that is. It's a confidential
Okay,
interview
so
with
They
what
don't
we
know how
police.
to
gonna
read
do,
paperwork, man.
hold on.
It's
So
right there.
pre-trial, so what Gotti's saying, I'm gonna text my bondsman right now, right? What Gotti's saying is the pre-trial services was them going over whoever was putting up the bond, their financials and
Exactly.
shit.
Now let me ask you something because you had mandatory supervised release for 36 months, which would end in 2020. What are you still reporting to police in 2025? Because none of the
I'm,
other codees
I'm
have
not
that.
reporting to no officer. I don't have no PO, nothing. That's
Then
what I'm
why does
telling
it
you,
say that on your paperwork, dog?
What does it
bro.
say?
It,
Wait.
where do it say
Ask
that
him
at?
to show it. Where does it say it at?
It says it right here. So when you pull it up, it says case is still pending and status is still reporting, but his mandatory supervised release ended in 2020.
No,
Bro,
it couldn't have ended in 20. Wait, he called the case in 17 or
Yeah,
20.
17.
yeah,
He had 36
So
months.
he had 36 months probation. That's what
So it
that
would end
is.
in
yeah.
2020.
So
Bro,
it
he
ended
look.
in 20.
So look, watch this though. This is what he's saying. That shit is it's online. It's Googleable. You can look it up. It's gonna say that's saying the status of the case is reporting and pending. The case ain't even pending. So why would it still be saying pending? That's
It says
Not
paperwork
it
that's
right there.
online. That's
the
It's
just
case
literally
was
right
over
here.
with in 17.
the case was over with, bro. You show me a motherfucking PO that I'm reporting to still. Big dog, stop making up stuff.
Then
It's
who are
all
you
there.
reporting to then? Because it's
Okay.
you're the only one that it says that. Everyone else says it's
So
closed.
a death. You got something that says 2025. He's reporting somewhere. That would you
Yes, sir. It's active. Its status is reporting right now. Right now.
to who? It says probation.
It just says status
Now
reporting
I
and
will
case
tell you this,
pending.
Adep, if he was on some foul play shit, reporting and working, we're not gonna be able to see that.
It says it right here though. None of the other co-defendants have that. Everyone else's case is closed. He's the only one that's still pending and reporting, which doesn't make sense because he had mandatory supervised release that would end in 2020.
Yeah, 3 years.
Right. Exactly.
So where's it at? You got it?
Post it up
Yeah.
top.
I mean,
Post it
can
up
I
top.
share a
Man.
screen on here? I've
You
never
can,
been on
yo,
spaces
Verb,
before.
you got it?
No, I don't do paperwork. This they thing. I just defend
Oh,
myself.
It's
Let
right
that
here.
nigga put
If
it up
I could
top.
share a
Keep it up top.
screen, I don't know if I could share my screen on spaces. This is my first time
No,
being
no.
on
What you
spaces.
do?
Adep,
What
you
you do?
got my phone number, right? You got it from when I
Oh,
called?
I can
Yes.
send, yeah, I can send it to you right now. Hold on.
Yeah,
I
there
got
you go. See, this the part where he's telling me that was a bail hearing, right? And usually when I go bail a motherfucker out, I don't gotta go in. We ain't gotta go to no courts. You have the substation. When you get a bail reduction or you got some shit that's high, you gotta show property and where the money come from and all that type of shit. Was some drugs involved in this? Some script, some scripts or something?
Oh yeah, yeah, tens of thousands of dollars worth of lean and
Oh
pills, and he
yeah, so
avoided
that
federal court.
that's why they gotta show where the money coming from. Anytime it's drug related in any way, you have to show where the money's coming from.
Okay, check your messages. I just sent it to you right now. Case is pending, status is reporting. He's the only one that's it's still like that. Everyone else is closed. Except for the
Uh,
Laquan brother. The Laquan brother says county jail. I don't know which one is dead. Geechi said one of these co-defendants passed
But
away.
that's what I'm trying to tell you, bro. Laquan is not in the county jail. None of this. This is a what you reading is at the time of the case, big dog. So when you go back and when you get somebody's paperwork, bro, even though you're getting it in 2025, you're getting it from the time when the crime happened, big dog. So if it's
But
saying
why is
status,
everyone
so if
else's
it's saying
closed?
because they were closed, their case was closed at that time. Mine
bro,
just says pending
everything you
report.
showing me is from 2017,
But he
bro.
don't get that. You can't.
Yes, sir. And that's the top right there. Is
Yeah,
the
We was
yeah,
state, the
well, it's
status
gonna
of the
be
case
yo,
right now.
listen, it's from 2017, right? So at that point in time, you got an arresting agency, Palm Springs 2017, and you got a bail posted, right? 200,000, right? All of this is gonna be pending. You said you had something showing 2025.
This is what it is, right? This is what I'm saying when I look
Whack
it up in
100. Check this out. Look,
2025.
look,
It's
look.
saying
Not to
that
cut
right
these
there.
niggas. Hey,
Hold
not
This
up,
to
hold
cut
gonna
up,
these.
hold
say
up, Gotti
Hey,
Boom.
not to
2025.
cut these
Hold up,
niggas
It's
Gotti
ears
gonna
off.
be
Boom.
Whack.
pending because he still had 3 years to do.
Exactly. This paperwork is 2000. Look, Whack. Not to cut these niggas ear off, but they don't know how to read paperwork. They don't know
Hey,
nothing.
don't
Tell
put
them.
don't put
To
they on
show,
me,
For
bro.
tell
receipts,
them
That's
not
to
the
that's
show
usually
freestyle,
you.
right?
But what? Even bigger than that though. This I got the whole minute order is up. So even if you couldn't see
Now,
it,
now,
so even if you
Ella the
couldn't see a
mayor got a
statement,
year,
hold
but he
on,
got out in
hold on,
7 days.
hold
He
on.
only
Even
did
watch
seven
this. This is how you
days.
know. You,
You
look,
did
look, watch this.
19.
This is what you're saying. Look, so I'm gonna clear Li name up too, because this is how you got it all wrong. Li the mayor didn't do no 7 days and get kicked out of there. That's a lie, bro.
It
That's a
says it
strong
right
lie.
here.
Eli the mayor
It
name is
says it
not
right here.
Laquan
So now
Miller.
you're lying again.
Eli mayor name is not Laquan Miller, bro. That's not. That's
No,
not.
we're talking about Jamel. Jamel. Jamel.
So what?
Okay, well look,
What day did he get? Watch
Adept.
this. Watch this. Hold on. This how you gonna get him. What day did he get kicked out in 7 days? What day was that?
Boom. 7 days. So I'm gonna send it to Whack right now so you can see
Yeah,
it.
because
Boom.
what day did he get kicked out 7 days? You finna play yourself, and now you played yourself. Cause look, and now even bigger than that though. Let's get back to what I'm saying. This is the
Boom.
minute. This is the minute order. Whack 100. This is the minute order. So even if you
That's
couldn't
not
see
even
us,
10% of
even
No,
the
if
but
you
year,
couldn't,
dog.
what I'm saying is
even if you couldn't
this.
see a statement, just right or wrong, won't in the minutes it'll say, oh, statement was dropped on this day. Because the
But
secretary
the
got to
minute
drop.
gonna show
It's
everything
gonna
A to
show
Z.
everything. Where it show it's nowhere in the minutes that says a statement. These dudes is clout chasing,
Because you're a
wanting to get.
confidential
Look, you
informant.
want
The
to get.
confidential
Listen, you
informants is
look.
not going to be
Hey, look. Hey,
public.
No,
that's
no,
funny.
bro,
Hey, look.
bro,
Yeah, it is.
Dep.
Confidential informant sounds funny,
Dep, let's go
but
down your checklist.
but
got
Hold on, Gotti.
got you gonna
Let's
let him
go down
talk.
your checklist.
I don't
This
do that.
thing you sent me, right?
quit it, big
Boom.
dog.
Seven
It
days.
says
We not gonna play with no real
pending.
niggas' names.
Look, that says pending, right? This because this was when the case was going on and active,
Then
right?
why is everyone else's closed? Because their case was he got out before everybody else. He was out a week before his
He
co-defendants
bailed
did.
out.
I
right?
bailed out, stupid.
He bailed out. He wasn't released. He
Don't
bailed
call me
out.
stupid, Gotti Boom, because you're the one that's been lying
Hold
about
on,
No,
everything
you,
Adept,
else.
no,
You the
no,
one
Adept,
hey man,
slandering people. You
hey
lying.
look,
Adept.
You been
Listen,
lying
hey
the
so
whole
look, hey
time.
Wack, hey look,
so
Wack.
it took
We
him. Hold
already
on,
debunked
let's
it.
put it
Hey
on.
Wack,
Wait
we
up,
done
got it,
already debunked
got it,
these niggas. Look,
got it,
I
got
don't
it,
even need you up
got
here
it.
wasting
The
time. I
only
can
way
tell her
you're
beat
gonna be
this
able to
nigga
deal
up.
with this
Gotti,
shit
Gotti still
is
sending these niggas.
is a
You got to show the
conversation.
transcript for that
So
interview.
so Adept, remember when you said he did 14 days on a year? I
Yes,
think what
sir.
you were looking at is it took him 2 weeks to bail out.
Right. And then when he turned himself in, he was out immediately after the fact. He was
No,
out a week before his co-defendants had their felony settlement hearing.
no, what I'm telling you is he should listen. If I'll go today, I'm bailing today, right? Because I got property and all that shit. Actually, my bondsman got it on file. I leave it there with him, right? My artists always brag about it. We go to jail, we don't leave the substation. He took a few weeks to get somebody with property that owned the property, not renting, and had to find somebody that can show proof of funds. So he didn't do 2 weeks on a year,
They
right?
also strike two of his previous convictions because he was
That's
facing
cool.
a
We
third
do that
strike.
all day long. I got an
He
attorney
was
name.
facing a I
Listen,
got you. He was
go
facing
pull
a
up
third strike.
Deshaun Lucas, Deshone Lucas.
But
He,
let me
you can
hold
look.
on, watch this, Wack. Let me
I
debunk
beat
that.
strikes
Hey
like
Wack,
four different
hold on,
times.
wait, Wack, cause look, these niggas lying on my name and we debunking it. So watch
Hey,
this.
you steady
So
You the
watch
saying
only
this.
one
these
Hold
that
niggas
on,
lying
hold
niggas.
today,
on, big
though.
dog. Hey,
You
look,
talk, you
hey,
putting
look,
sicknesses and
we let you
illnesses on
hey,
people.
we
You
let
the
you
one that's
talk.
lying.
Hey, we let you talk. Hey, Verb, man, mute that
We
dude.
gonna
Hey,
clear
look,
that up too.
look, hold
I
on.
can't hear
Look,
him.
Gotti, I'm
it
gonna
I
call
say,
can't
a
hear him.
spade a
look,
spade, Gotti.
it say,
I think you jumped out the window
oh,
on
no, look,
Verb.
all right, so look, I'm gonna talk to you about
I
Verb
don't
next. But
think he meant
let's
nothing.
get
I'm
this.
gonna call a
No,
spade a spade, bro.
hold on, let's get this though, cause nigga playing with my name. So look, check this out though. He say
Not at
Romero
all.
motion. The paperwork is already posted. You know, my first
No,
strike
you
was in
never posted the Romero
2007.
motion.
My first strike was in 2007. On the paperwork, it says the reason that they struck the strike because it was untimely. It was vast amount of time from the last strike to this one to bring it in there. All that is posted. All that is in the paperwork
Yeah, but
No,
Gotti,
you
you
didn't
know
put. You didn't
damn
face what
well
happened.
90% of us is getting struck
all day.
to avoid the third. We do that all day
But I'm
long
just
out
saying
here.
he don't know that, so I gotta explain that to the slow
Yeah,
people.
I
Cause
beat.
he done
I
made
had a
13. Hey,
homie
but look, Wack, he done
go to
made
the pen,
13 videos calling a
right?
nigga a snitch, but don't want to fight. That don't make sense.
Well, not well,
No, you
Gotti.
didn't
That
want to
ain't
clean
go.
my
Listen,
block,
well,
you
look,
petty
Gotti.
ass
I told
nigga.
you a long time ago, Gotti. Listen, you ain't in comp, you in the metaverse. So how we beat this is we had a conversation and cleared
You
up.
right, you right. I'm a
Nobody's
kick back.
doing that,
I'm a
bro.
kick back.
So
I'm a kick back. I ain't got no.
yeah.
I'm gonna let you.
Now,
I'm gonna let him.
now I
I
want to
just
go
want the
through the checklist
I
before
just
we
want
get
the
to
lies
Verb.
to get cleared up though.
No, are
Now
we
you
gonna
should
go
have
to
a
the
transcript
checklist before we
of that
get to Verb?
confidential interview. You should have
Hold
a
on, hold
transcript of
on,
that confidential
Adept.
interview.
Adept, I want to go down your checklist of allegations because I don't want to skip nothing, right?
All right, so let's start with him liking 16-year-old girls on the interview.
Oh
Go
man,
Hold
ahead.
this
on,
nigga,
wait,
man.
hold on, bro. Come on,
Hey,
listen.
get him out of here,
Can we
man.
Let's
stick
start
to
right
the?
Hey,
there.
man, get him out of there.
That's the
Let's talk
checklist
me and
Can
though.
we
Verb.
stick to the
Hey, look, this
case?
Checklist.
nigga's a nobody. Yo, Verb, send him up out of there. We can
How am
talk
I
some
nobody?
niggas
You a
who really
nobody
got
to
some
me,
shit to
dog. And
say.
you
Okay,
put
hold
something
on
on
one
me for a
second,
lie.
Gotti.
I'm gonna
Adept,
break your jaw, bro.
Adept.
I
I'm
swear to
here.
God on
Listen,
my mama,
bro.
I'm
You
gonna
got my
break your
address.
jaw.
You pussy, nigga. You
I'm gonna
No, he's
break
pussy.
not.
your
He
jaw,
ain't
you
gonna
little
break
bitch. I'm gonna
shit.
break your jaw.
Hey,
You
hey,
Hey,
they can't hear
part
y'all.
lying
Say
on
that
Gotti
my
ain't
loud.
mama.
They
finna
can't
do
hear
shit.
y'all.
I'm gonna break your
Lie,
Gotti,
jaw.
nigga.
hey,
Bitch.
Gotti,
Lie, dog. You 5'11",
Gotti.
you look like a mucinex booger, you
I'm
bitch
gonna
ass
Hold
break
on,
your
nigga.
jaw, you
Adept,
bitch.
Nigga, you a
Gotti.
5'7"
Listen,
midget. Shut
Gotti.
the fuck up.
Nah,
Stop
that's
telling
a
people
fact,
what you
homie.
gonna do, nephew. Loose cannon already in this
You
for
ain't
that.
gonna
Chill
do
out.
nothing. And you're still
Yeah,
reporting
you
shit.
right. He ain't gonna do nothing. He's
Yeah,
not
I
gonna
ain't
do
got no
nothing.
threats of violence. This
That's
ain't
a
even
whole
me
Okay.
fact.
talking.
So Adept, Gotti, chill out. You know if that's there, that's there. Adept, let's go down your checklist of what your allegations was on the
Yes, for
criminal
liking the
side.
16-year-old girls. Let's start there.
Come on, bro. Like, listen, we
But
not
that's
trolling.
the checklist. We're going by the checklist. He was
We're
liking
talking about
16-year-old
the
girls more than
criminal
anyone.
case.
That is weird. That could be the
Okay.
criminal case.
Okay. Well, we're gonna move on to the next thing. Listening to what Verb did, Gotti, and
I
your
talk
response.
to Verb and we'll handle it
Yeah, I
right here.
think you jumped out the window,
I don't
bro.
got no problem having a conversation with him right here.
There you go,
We
right
go,
there.
but at the same time, he gotta send that weirdo down because that dude's a clown, bro. I ain't
Nah,
gonna
No, he
nah,
lie.
gonna
nah,
chill
nah,
out.
nah.
He gonna chill out while y'all talking. Adept, let these men talk, bro.
Now,
Yeah, go ahead.
like I said, now he jumped in my and where I come from. Like I said, now Verb done had issues with a million niggas online. when he had his issues with Hitman and different niggas to whoever he had his issues with, you won't find a tweet of me saying, hey yo, niggas making Verb look crazy. Or Verb need to woo woo wham. Verb need to do this, do that. I mind my business when niggas is having they back and forth.
You
I
do
see a
look
million
crazy
things.
though.
Hey
Avoiding
bro, we not
federal
talking to no
charges,
busters.
affording
Busters
penal
getting
code
no air, bro.
186.22,
Busters is
all of
getting
that.
no air, bro. Chill out. So now, like I
Dog,
said,
we're
I
not
ain't had
giving you no air. I don't know
Busters
what
ain't
you
getting
talking
no
about. You
air,
the one
bro.
that has to
You
Hey, they
already
explain
know.
can't
all
hear
Look,
this
y'all,
bro.
shit.
man.
Hey,
Come on,
bro,
hey,
get
let
up
them
out of
niggas.
here.
Hey,
Busters
y'all
ain't
got
getting no
let one
air.
at a time. They can't hear you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking. I'm talking to this man. This nigga's a clown. Like I said, I ain't never jumped in nothing
You a
he had
midget.
going on. I ain't never said nothing about nothing he had going on. So when I see a nigga that's lying on me, and then me and Ver, we might not be the best of friends or the closest homies, but we had enough rapport to where if he see me getting into it with a nigga, I'm thinking he got enough sense to, man, let me stay away. Let me stay away from that.
But
You know what I'm saying?
Gotti,
Because I'm getting into it
Gotti,
with a nigga. You know what I'm
Gotti,
saying? So once you speak
Gotti,
on it, I'm gonna say
Gotti,
something.
Gotti. A Verb is not from Nutty Block. He didn't say, nigga, what you saying now goes for your block. I hear what you saying. But what he said, it wasn't against you, bro.
All right. Now watch this. So look. After that, this is what I'm gonna tell you. This. So after that, once he said what he said, we both made our spaces. I ain't say nothing else about him. I wake up yesterday, the man said something to me, and that's how we got here.
I got it. So
Go ahead.
when your video came out with you and your man speaking on me again, that's when I saw that, right?
Hmm.
Okay, yeah.
All right, yeah. So that's what brought that back up. When I said something to you that day, when you said something to me, that was that day. I ain't bring that shit back up. I woke up the next day and you and him is on camera saying that. That's why I said something else. I
But
ain't said
what did
nothing else before
but
then.
what did we say in the video that was disrespectful? We didn't call you no busters no more. Talking about
But
doing
but
that
hey,
shit.
but look, Gotti, that's my opinion. I didn't like the way it sounded the same way. You didn't like what I wrote. Same thing.
Okay. So I'm gonna tell y'all both right now why I'm tripping. Cause I got you niggas contracted as judges. Y'all gotta be able to, this some bullshit, right?
Now, WACK, let me ask you something. Why did none of the other
Def,
co-defendants
hold
that have to
on,
do with
bro.
confidential interview with
I gave
police?
you opportunity. I'm really on some real shit. I don't know if you look like us, but I'm on a mission to clear this up,
Yes, sir.
right? So I feel like Gotti. I feel like Gotti. When you seen him respond, this is just me. I don't even think you read all the way through it. I think you seen the response, and nigga, you thought he was on some bullshit, and you tripped. That's what I think.
Now look, that could be. I'm gonna be. That could be true. But you know, in our land, when a nigga, I'm already on a nigga for lying about a
I
nigga with
know
the
that's
business.
why I just
You
said
feel
what
me?
I said. I
Yeah.
think
You
the
know what I'm
Yeah,
minute
saying?
yeah.
you
Hey,
saw,
but y'all
look,
forget. I
I
took
think
it
the
down
minute
though,
you
Gotti.
saw, wait, I think the minute you saw Verb was saying anything, Verb being Verb, and his reach of his voice, you like, oh fuck this. You didn't even really.
And I took it down, Wack.
No,
I took it down because I said maybe, and not only did I take it down, I went in my space and said, "Hey, I apologize to you because you might have took it the wrong way." That's what I said.
no.
That's
Well, I'm gonna
exactly
tell you what
what I said.
happened, Verb. It's like this, and this nigga from Compton for real, right? So I
I'm from
understand his
St. Louis. I
mentality.
don't get. I'm from St. Louis, man.
No,
If we don't,
no, I get it. I get it. And I understand his mentality, right? His mentality is the minute look, if he would have saw WACK 100 and me giving a statement, he would have read the whole statement, right? But with you, he know y'all good, but it ain't no telling what might go happen. And because he was already hot about the civilian playing with him, he saw a response from you and he took it like it was a bad one.
and I took it down like
And I'm
look like a
and
real
I'm
nigga though,
telling
Wack.
you, Gotti, I
I took
read
it
the
down.
response, bro.
If I jumped out the
You
gun,
jumped
I can
out the gun,
apologize like
bro.
a man for that. The next day is I never said nothing to. He can agree to that though. After I said my statement about going across, he said what he said. We backed off, nigga. We ain't say no other word to each other. I did that video the same day of that. So he seen my video maybe late, but that video dropped the same day that he made his tweet. So it was the same thing. Like he said, he jumped out the gun. I respected it. Now, if he go to his DM when he first made the tweet about saying what he said, I DM'd him. I didn't take no tweet back and say that. I went straight to his DM and said, "Hey, shoot me your line. We can holler, even if it was gonna be squabbling, because that's where it was at. Because he said something about boxing,
Yeah, but
but
here go the thing. Hold on.
I still
He
go. But
said
I still
something about
offered.
boxing because he felt he didn't do nothing wrong, and he felt that he took precautions if you may have took something wrong
And
of
took it
taking
down.
it down, and you told him you was gonna go across the street. nigga.
But I said cross the chin first, though.
Yeah,
That was
no,
on. We
no,
already
no,
got
wait. He
past
said
that.
It's
that
that
first. No,
guilty
no, wait, no,
conscience.
wait. He said
Yeah,
that. He
yeah, I
said
said
that.
that
Look,
before that.
he said that first. And but the thing is,
And then you
when I
took it down.
look, and that's even
Yeah.
worse. I took it down because I said, "Hey, bro, listen, you might not understand my lingo because I'm from out here. That have no malice on you, and that's why Adept thought
So
that I was
you wrote
protecting him.
what
You
you wrote,
understand?
and then Gotti said, "I go across your chin," and then you took it down.
No, it wasn't like that.
No,
It's
no,
so
I want to
lengthy.
make sure I got the
Yeah,
right steps.
yeah, for sure. In a
Gotti,
nutshell,
And then
yeah.
he
Gotti,
woke up.
Gotti, Gotti, you my
And then I
partner,
said,
but you tripped. You
okay, cool.
you
Look,
jumped out
I'm
the
saying,
window, nigga.
look. No, look. I'm not even look. I'm man enough to stand on it. If I'm looking like I trip, look, but I got the right to trip when we talking snitch shit. Is all I'm
Well,
saying.
yeah, with this dude though, but he
Yeah.
Verb said you gotta have your shit in order coming with this shit. This dude is a total different dude.
That's all he said.
Yeah, so once we got past that, like I say, me and Verb, we ain't never had no other words. He woke up the next day, he seen something else and brought it back up, and that's how we got here, though. Is what I'm saying. You know
But
what I'm
no,
saying?
the reason I brought it back up because when I went on YouTube, it was up for 2 hours on the site, and I saw that. I didn't see that. This was up for 2 hours. That's why I responded and said, "Damn, you went back here after I
But
took it
but
down."
yeah, so everything was all in the same date, and then and like I said, and my video was me stepping on that dude. I had my co-defendant up there because he just
The
he
co-defendant
just
that
like
did
me.
7 days.
On my end, when it come to Gotti, our shit is flattened. I never said nothing about no paperwork. I never called him a rat to this day. I never did, not one time. That ain't my style of play. I made that clear. I told WACK I do not do paperwork. We asked the debt before. I do not do paperwork. That ain't my thing. All right, so whatever y'all got going on, what y'all got on. Got it, whatever that is,
Nah,
I'm we
Verb
gonna
told me
talk
that off
about
the
it.
rip.
Yeah,
Even when
yeah.
I
I'm look,
tried to
look, look,
explain it
look.
to
Like I
him,
said, like I
he
just
told me
told
he
you
didn't
though.
want
Like
to
I
hear
said,
it. That ain't what he do.
if I jumped out the gun, I'm man enough to say, look, homie, that was
There
my
we
bad
go.
on
Good
that.
shit.
All right, we all good. We all good.
Good shit, bro. I appreciate y'all.
So, WAC, you still stand on there's no confidential informant program in
There's a
California
confidential
2017
informant
2018?
program for people with no strikes, 2 strikes, 10 strikes. There's a confidential informant with people that is incarcerated in
Yeah, there
prison.
is. Fact.
Yes, it's
Fact.
called informants. What the fuck that got to do with
Right.
him? He did 3 years
Now, 3 months
probation.
after, now 3 months after he was released, you can keep on yelling all you want. I got my own platform. I can say it
Nigga,
myself.
going
Man,
up. What, you
listen,
want
man.
a
This
problem with
nigga
me
is the
now?
content, man. This
Three
the
months after
this the
release, this
content
dude is
nigga, man.
reporting
Get
his
this
entire
nigga.
block,
Hey, we not
asking
giving
people
this
about their
buster no
affiliation.
air,
That's
man.
how big you and them got
Man,
caught up.
get
What are you
him out of
talking
here. This
about?
nigga the
Literally in
FBI. He trying to
Suso's
take us home
paperwork,
down,
they
man.
pulled up
This
Yeah,
images,
nigga,
bro.
bro.
I'm so
I don't know.
this
I
confused,
don't
nigga
bro.
know
the
how this
feds, homie.
nigga. You got it,
This
bro.
nigga the feds, homie.
Delete
That's a
that.
fact.
He ain't.
Somebody know
No,
what to do.
he a
Somebody
nigga
know what
that
to
don't
bust. This
understand
nigga the
law.
feds, homie. I'm out of here. This
No,
nigga the
you
feds.
don't
Hey, I'm
understand
gone.
shit,
Hey, I'm gonna
clearly.
take. Oh, hey, I take
Clearly.
all my tweets
Because
back,
what's
man.
Hey,
crazy is
yo,
people
Everything
said
you
Gotti.
the
say
same thing
Hey,
about
about
yo,
Big
this
U
Gotti.
buster,
2 years
this
ago.
buster
Y'all
giving
was
Hey,
no
saying the
air.
Gotti.
same thing
This the
about Big
feds.
U.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
hear this
crazy
Hey,
buster.
part
Gotti.
about it.
Listen, bro. It should be no reason why I go to call your number and I ain't got the new one. You tripping?
Oh yeah, nah,
I
man. You not look. I was on this buster giving him no air. He started leaking my phone number. I'm thinking, yeah, man. I told him where you at. I did too. I
And
played
I
with
gave you my
these
addy, and you lied
busters.
about
These
being
niggas
outside my
busters.
house
That's
because you
all.
a bitch.
That's it is. I
You
was
lied
on
about
these
being
busters
outside my
giving
house
them
because
no
you a
air,
sucker.
man. I was too
You a
busy not
sucker.
giving the buster no air. Then I tried to
You
box him in
lied
the
about being
ring
outside
and
my
Well,
give
this
him
was
house.
a
air
good
too. Oh
room
look,
because we was
Nah.
able to show what he talking about. He was giving
yeah,
up
we
half
got
the
yeah.
story. So,
The full
and
truth,
on top of that,
All you do is
yeah,
the
you
but
jump.
Gotti,
lie.
on
He knew
top of
from the
that, I
jump
don't
it
give a
wasn't
fuck
no
about
truth.
dude. You and Verb getting it right, all I give a fuck about anyway. Fuck
On the
dude.
hood. Nah, that
March 22nd, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
My soldier story is no different from no others, my nigga.
Handed on me, murk this bitch, and you fuck around and find flames lying. It's a circus trick. Vest on, war paint, ammo load. AK over my shoulder, I'm in Rambo.
Milwaukee, pulling the fuck up. Reed Dollars versus The Ball.
General, what up?
I'm the king of the Midwest. I'm gonna make y'all understand.
You talk like a goon. Goofy nigga should've watched what he said. Now it's member riding around trying to knock off his head.
M City, I seen what you did versus Tuna. All right, Tuna, man.
Now I'm at his door like I'm delivering here with, cause you know they're fire. And Banks, I ain't gotta guess which room he in, cause I heard they're fire. Oh my God! They're fire!
About time we had that talk. Cause this niggas like you still starving for attention and end up doing fed time. But your boss,
Y'all gonna be yelling, wake up, but you can't. Not into the first of the month. Boy, you still... If I'm on your ass, it's like the feds outside your crib. You can't hide, Bricks.
No! In other words, Prezi will get the full fifth and full seven. He Donald Trump.
Field side, nigga.
It's your boy Black Aladdin TV, man. I will be hosting this one. This a movie, March 22nd, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Black Elite Battle League. Let's make history for the city of Milwaukee, once and for all.